Good morning. In earlier class, we discussed some basic concepts regarding environment and natural resources. And we have already studied forest resources. Then we have to discuss some aspects regarding deforestation. Deforestation means destruction of forest by cutting trees. Destruction of forest by cutting trees, that is removal and elimination of forest resources. When we are removing and eliminating and reducing forest resources, that is deforestation. Then reasons for deforestation or causes for deforestation. Causes means reasons. Logging we have already discussed. Then conversion of forest into farm area. Conversion, transferring forest place into farm area. Then conversion of forest into residential area. In most of the cases, it will happen. Forest area. People are going to forest and they are occupying that land and they are building their own house at that place. Then construction of dam, forest fire, collection of forest resources, then construction of resort, etc. are the major reasons of the deforestation. Then we have to check impact of deforestation. After effect: landslide, soil erosion, flood, drought, reduced raw materials, climate change, loss, biodiversity. That we have already studied in the case of timber extraction also. Landslide will happen, soil erosion, flood, drought, reduce raw material from the forest, then climatic change will happen, loss our biodiversity also. Then how can we prevent it? How can we reduce deforestation? There are different measures to control deforestation. First one is afforestation. Afforestation is the opposite of deforestation. Afforestation means planting new trees. Then prevent forest fire. Resist felling. Felling means cutting trees for firewood to make food. Then social forestry. Social forestry means planting trees on barren land, wasteland, roadside, riverside, etc. So, on the Environment Day, we are planting trees. That is as a part of social forestry also. Then over exploitation. Over harvesting leads to resource destruction. What is over exploitation? Over exploitation means we are taking more resources. It leads to resource destruction. Then what are the reasons of over exploitation? Causes for over exploitation: construction of dam, urbanization, mining, population explosion. Population explosion means growth of population. Quarrying, etc. are the reasons of over exploitation of natural resources. And what are the impact of over exploitation? Our balanced nature will disappear, rain will reduce and affect wildlife also. What is dam? Dams are constructed to store water for using in summer or drought and to generate electricity. The major purpose of dam is to generate electricity, but we can also use that water in summer season and drought. What are the uses of dam? Conserve water, store water, irrigation, for hydroelectric power, then help industries, help tourism, and also used for domestic purpose. Then what are the impact of construction of dam on tribal people. It will create so many problems to tribal people. Their residential, their habitat area will destruct. Displacement of tribal people. They are transferring tribals have adjustment problem. These transferred tribals have affecting struggling so many adjustment problem in new area. They will not get any satisfactory life before then. Then impact of dams on forest. Forest area merge into dam. In most of the cases for the construction of dam, forest area will take. So due to this construction, forest area is merged into dam. Then damage of ecosystem, killing of wild animals also will happen as a part of the construction of dam. Then we have to analyze some case studies. That is first one is Chipko movement. That movement held during 1972 to 1980. Movement carried out by tribal women to save trees. This Chipko movement carried out by tribal women. It is a special movement because it is carried by tribal women to save trees or hilly area. It was in Uttarakhand. It was a part of former UP, now it is a part of Uttarakhand. Its leader was Sundarlal Bahuguna. Then police opened fire and arrested them. These tribal women struggled a lot due to that agitation. Police opened fire against these ladies and arrested that women. Finally, Indira Gandhi ordered against felling of trees. There, these tribal women got success in their agitation. Then next event was Appiko movement. It was held during 1983. It was in Karnataka. It was also like as a reflection of Chipko movement. Then next case is Silent Valley. Nilgiri, it is a part of Nilgiri Hills in Palakkad. They constructed for the hydroelectric project purpose. So protest by NGO, non-government organization, and KCB workers and friends of trees. Then these are the topic related to forest resources. Then we have to discuss about water resources. Water is mother of life. It has in different forms. Liquid. It can be called in different names. Liquid. Then it is a liquid gold. Man, animals and plants cannot live without water. Water is our essential thing. And what are the uses of water? It is a very simple matter because you have very kids know what are the uses of water. Water is mother of life. It is essential for our survival. Without water, you will die, dry, plants will become dry, universal solvent we need for agriculture, drinking, cooking, industries. 70% of Earth's surface is occupied by water, but 70% of Earth's surface is water, but we have to drink only 2.7%. Drinking water is very limited, 2.7% only fresh water in the earth. Water resources are now decreasing. Why? Overutilization of surface and groundwater. Water is inevitable for life. It is essential for our life. We cannot live without fresh water. It is available as surface and groundwater, ground under the earth. On the surface also we will get water from the rivers and a lake. We will get water from the ground also. We will get water. Then why we are taking more water than before? Because population rate is increased and domestic purpose is increased for irrigation purpose, for agriculture, industries. We are using water. Then urbanization also leads to over exploitation of water resources. Construction of building in the farm area, it is also one of the reason to destruct our water resources. What are the effect of overutilization of surface and groundwater? Lowering water content in earth. Water become polluted. Landslide, climate change, drought, conflict between state and nation. We know most of the environmental economists are telling if third world war will come, it is only due to water. So every state and most of the country are conscious for the use of water. Then conflict over water, fight or dispute for getting water between state and countries. Fight or dispute for getting water between state and countries. We know Mullaperiyar issue between Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Then there is also national issues. Also Mullaperiyar is between Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Then Hogenakkal waterfalls, that is a issue between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Then Kaveri and Sirvani, that is also issue between Tamil Nadu and Kerala. And there are some international issues with regard to water. Indus River, that is issue between India and Pakistan. Then Brahmaputra, that is between India and Bangladesh. Then Colorado, that is issue between US and Mexico. So from these we can understand most of the states and countries are facing some problems with regard to water. Then organizations involved in water resource management. Water quality. Government have some department and organization for the management of water resource. To check water quality, there is a pollution control board. Then to check the rainfall, meteorological department. Then to study surface water, Central Water Commission. For studying irrigation, Ministry of Agriculture. Then for watershed management, there is Department of Forest. Then for the management of groundwater, Central Groundwater Board. So these are the major government departments for the management of water resources. Then drought, continuous dry weather when there is not enough rainfall in an area. Continuous dry climate is changed too hot, so there is no rain in that area. It occurs when monsoon fail. There is no monsoon, no rain. What are the reasons or causes of drought? Low rainfall, less rainfall, overutilization of water, then limited number of river, deforestation, cutting trees, lack of groundwater resource. These are the major reasons of drought. Then what are the effect of drought? Desertification. We know Rajasthan is a desert in our country. So now most of the places are changing into as a desert. Then ponds dry up. ponds are become dry. Then failure of agriculture. Without getting much water, our agriculture cannot succeed. Then loss of trees, scarcity of water, grasses dry up, famine, poverty, destruction of natural resource, loss of wildlife habitat. Most of the animals will die if without getting water. Then loss of drinking water. Only 2.7 percentage the earth we have to drink, but no any individual have now vigilant about the use of the water. At India, a major drought occurred in 1900. That time, 3.55 million were dead. During 1965-67, there was also a great drought. 1.5 million people were affected in this time. So today we discussed some part of forest resource as deforestation causes and solution. Then we discussed water resource also. Okay, thank you.